प्रातः स्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वम् सच्चित्सुखं परमहं सगतिं तुरीयम् यस्वप्नजागरसुषुप्तमवेति नित्यम् तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमहं न च भूतसङ्गः नानोपाधिवशादेव जातिवर्णाश्रमादयः आत्मन्यारोपितास्तो ये रसवर्णादिभेदवत् पञ्चीकृतमहाभूत सम्भवं कर्म संगितम् शरीरं सुखदुःखानां भोगायतनमुच्यते पंचप्राणमनो बुद्धिः दशेन्द्रियसमन्वितम् अपञ्चीकृतभूतोत्थं सूक्ष्मांगं भोगसाधनम् अनाद्यविद्या निर्वाच्या कारणोपाधिरुच्यते उपाधित्रतया धन्यम् आत्मानमवधारयेत् पंचकोशादियोगेन तत्तन्मयैव स्थितः शुद्धात्मा नीलवस्त्रादि योगेन स्फटिको यथा
ॐ प्रातस्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वं सच्चित्सुखं परमहं सगतिं तुरीयम् यत्स्वप्नजागरसुषुप्तमवेति नित्यं तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमहं न च भूतसङ्गः We continue from verse number 12 onwards. Verse number 12. Panchīkrita mahabhutam sambhavam karma sanchitam shariram sukha-dukkhanam bhogayatanam uchyate. Panchīkrita mahabhutam sambhavam karma sanchitam shariram sukha-dukkhanam bhogayatanam uchyate. The gross body, home for experiencing pleasure and pain, is acquired from past actions. It is constituted of the great elements which have gone through Panchīkarana, pentamerous self-division and mutual combination. The gross body, the home for experiencing pleasure and pain, is acquired from past actions. It is constituted of the great elements which have gone through Panchīkarana, pentamerous self-division and mutual combination. So, a few verses from now on, he will be talking about the explanation, definitions of the upadhis, the instruments, how it came into existence, and what is it made up of. So, the body, he says, first thing, see, these are the verses where quite a few things are packed in the same verse, which you need to decipher. First thing he says is, there are two causes. The specific cause for your specific body is past actions. And bodies are made up of 5 elements. Two causes. What is the body made up of? Blood, bones, nerves, flesh. That is common for all bodies. But then there are individual differences also. So one is something in common, another is something unique. Something in common is the 5 elements. Something unique is your past actions. Now, he doesn't say that past actions is the unique reason, 5 elements is the common factor. All this we have to sit and derive. He only says the two things. Now, we'll take up both separately and we'll try to understand. Don't worry, these 3 verses, and in fact even the 12, 13, 14, 15 also, where he is going to talk about the Panchakoshas, all are a factual technical description. A factual technical description. Very, very useful, very, very interesting to study. First, as I said, first is the two causes. In Sanskrit, it's called Samanya Karana and Vishesha Karana. Samanya Karana means the general cause. What are the bodies made up of? Blood, flesh, bones, muscles. This is Samanya Karana. And then the Vishesha Karana, the particular shape, the particular height, the particular type of nose, the particular type of ears. So there are two causes. One is a particular cause, another is a general cause for everything. When we say everything, means the 3 bodies. So for the 3 bodies, there is a particular cause and then there is a general cause. The particular cause is your own past actions. The general cause is the 5 elements. What is this nature of the first thing? He says it is called upadhis. We have said it already. We have seen that already. Upadhis. Upadhi comes from the root upa, again Upanishad, Upasana, all upa means close. All comes from the same root upa. Upadhi also comes from the same root upa. Upa means near. So upadhi means three factors has to be fulfilled to an upadhi. Very, very so interesting to study. But sir, idalla, what is the use of our practical life, sir? How do I worry? How do I handle my worries and anxieties and problems of life is what we are interested in. We are not idalla innathukna. Don't worry, just listen to it and forget it. But very, very interesting to know how this knowledge is very penetrative and how deep they went into analysis of everything. Minus these kind of technical analysis, knowledge becomes a mere ethics and morals discussion. Vedanta is not just the discussion of ethics and morals. It has something very, very, very analytical. What is it? it takes the upadhis and analyze. Upadhis means the instruments. So comes from the root word upa. Upa means near. For something to be called as upadhi, instrument, three things has to be fulfilled. Three conditions. One is it should be near. Just as, I'm just summarizing all that we have been discussing in the previous verses to explain the continuity, to understand the connection. It must be near. Second is it should transfer the attributes. Number three, which is very important, the transfer must be a false attribution. It can't be real transference. It should be a false. Then only it is upadhi. Three conditions has to be fulfilled. One is it has to be near. The koshas are closer to Brahman. That's why it is near. It has to be near. Second is the attributes should be transferred. What are the attributes to be transferred? Just as the flower to the crystal, blueness to the crystal. We saw all that, no? So you should try to connect and remember with those verses. You should try and connect and remember those verses. Attributes has to be transferred, and very important is the transfer must be false. It should not be a real transference. If it is a real transference, then it is not upadhi. It has become that. Upadhi means the attribute has to be there, but that attribute also has to be a false transference. Now, what is the real transference and false transference? Wearing the white kurta, you eat idli sambar, and by mistake you spill the sambar into the kurta. It is a real transference. It is not. It is a real transference because the whiteness of the kurta goes. I'm just saying. It is the real transference. Apparent transference, false transference is the oyster shell and the silver. Remember that example he said few verses back. The oyster shell and it is nearer. It is transfer the attributes, and the attributes has to be, and the transference has to be false. Having said this as the upadhi, now he is talking about how the whole thing actually came into existence. It's the theory of creation. It is the theory of creation. How the whole thing came into existence, and what is it made up of? What is it made up of? Pancha Mahabhutas, the 5 great elements. The 5 great elements. And the 5 great elements, not in its own way. The 5 great elements went through a unique process called Panchikarana. Actually, I didn't realize that I'm going to do this verse today. I always I come and open the book and I see what verse I'm going to do today. Then only after all it is your karma. Whatever I speak on that day is karma. I don't come prepared. Last night, wonderful. I was so thrilled. Last night, Venkat sent me a message midnight saying that that Panchikarana image has to be. Do we put on the Panchikarana image? Then I thought, oh my God, what a thought! Because with that diagram, it will be much easy to explain what it is. Without that, it would be difficult. Now, when I go into the Panchikarana, we will try to show we'll show the image and we'll see how it changes. Before we go into the image and the description, we get the basics. We get the basic ideas correct first. What are the basic ideas? What is upadhi means? These are definitions. What is upadhi means? Upadhi means 3. Second, what is it made up of? There is a Vishesha Karana and then there is the Samanya Karana. One is the special cause and then is the general cause. What is the general cause for the bodies? The 5 elements. What is the unique cause? If all bodies are made up of 5 elements, all should come out like an assembly line, no? Then how do you account for the individual differences? If all are made up of the 5 elements, then how can you account for the individual differences? You account for the individual differences because of, beautifully he says, is acquired from karma sanchitam, the past actions. Karma sanchitam, the past actions. The 5 elements combined with your past sanchitam, the past actions create this unique body, the gross body. And then we are going to see subtle body and the causal body. In verse number 12, we are dealing only with the subtle body, gross body. And then in 13, 13, the subtle body, 14, the causal body, 15, the Panchakoshas. So, Upadhis we have seen. What is the body? What has caused the gross body? The 5 elements and your own past actions. If it is only the 5 elements, all should be the same, like an assembly line. When one thing comes out of one lot of an assembly line, all are of the same, no? All are of the same. So, but then in nature, you don't see it like that. Very differences you see. And that is because of karma sanchitam, the past actions. Okay. What is it for? What is it for? Edhukku sir in the body? What caused it? What is it made up of? What is the purpose of the body? Bhoga ayatanam. Experiencing pleasure, to experience pleasure and pain. In one verse, he is packing so much. In one verse, he is packed. In one verse, he has packed so much. And we are trying to, all that he has packed, and we are trying to segregate it. Experiencing the home for experiencing pleasure and pain. All this is what gross body is. Now, what is gross body? The home for experiencing pleasure and pain, made up of the 5 elements acquired because of your past actions. That's all. Now it becomes easy to understand. Now, what is the gross body made up of? Gross body is made up of the 5 elements acquired by your own past actions to experience pleasure and pain. Each and every word has to be taken and studied. That's how we study One is you study the general meaning. This is the corollary I am adding. Corollary. How do you reflect? One is you get the general meaning of the verse. And then you take up the word analysis. Now what I do, first I give the general meaning, and I also take up important words and I analyze the words also. Some verses, each and every word has to be, in some verses, each and every word has to be analyzed. And these are the verses where each and every word has to be analyzed, and it is very interesting. So what is this? Bhoga ayatanam. Uchyate, that is the beauty here. Uchyate is said. Said by whom? As said in the Vedas and Upanishads. Said. He is not saying I am saying. He is saying as said. Whenever they talk about the philosophy, whenever they talk about these higher, subtler things of the knowledge, they always refer to the authority. And what is the authority? So, Narayana. Uchyate is said. Said by whom? Said by the Vedas, Vedanta, the masters of his gurus, his masters. So, the masters have said, the Vedas have said, the three bodies. The Vedas have said there are the three bodies, the gross, subtle and causal bodies. And what is the gross body made up of? The 5 elements plus, don't simply say only 5 elements. Also, you should not say your own past actions. It has to be it is a combination of both. Your own past actions plus the elements. And the elements go through a particular combination. I will come to that later. I'll explain. You see the chart and simply by heart the chart. Light travels at this speed. No, you just have to by heart it and repeat. No. You have not traveled at that speed to check whether light has traveled at that speed or not. If you ask me at what speed light travels, some number I will give. How do you know that? On the book la sollirukkranga avladha. Authority is, it is set in that book. Now they did all the analysis and everything and they came to the conclusion and I just accept that authority. And the madri pentamerous panchikarana, the 5 elements go through a unique process of panchikarana. Panchikarana means pentamerous self-division. We'll go there. When we go there, we'll see. Now, of the 2 karanas, any number of times we have seen the Vishesha Karana, which is your own past actions. Now, we will not discuss a lot about that in this class. We will discuss the Sadharana Karana, how the elements grossify. For we will never get to study this except in these 3 verses of Atma Bodha. We will never get to study. You will never get to study that. So what I am going to do is, we will be discussing this a lot, and your own karma sanchitam we will not discuss a lot. Because we keep talking about it in every other class, we keep talking about that. Are you okay till now? If I am going, normally I don't go very fast. If I am going too fast, just ask me to repeat, I'll repeat. Now, the 5 elements. Before you go into the pentamerous self-division and all that, we will see what are the 5 elements. We have seen this any number of times. The 5 elements are S, A, F, W, E. S, A, F, W, E. S na space. Space, air, fire, water, earth. In the order of subtlety. In the order of subtlety. The 5 elements are space, air, fire, water and earth. In the order of subtlety. Space is the subtlest and earth is the grossest. Space is the subtlest and earth is the grossest. All these 5 elements are created elements. Understand it. All these 5 elements are created. Created naka upadhi. As the created na, you now you can't ask how and all that. No, because it is very clearly established how the upadhis, the 5 elements are created. That is why it is called the theory of creation. when the what they call as the Maya Shakti, when Brahman identifies with the when Brahman identifies with his own her theriyadu. Brahman identifies with one's own creative power, which is called Maya. Brahman's creative power is called Maya. When Brahman identifies with that, with its own creative power, the 5 elements come into existence. This is how the 5 elements come. Why Brahman identifies? How Brahman identifies? No, don't ask. For these are the questions that is beyond. Why did this universe created? Yeah. You go and ask a scientist who is sending rockets to the space. You go and ask, why is this created? Now he will say, that and all I don't know. Meaning, there are some questions which is beyond human beings' comprehension. So, don't ask. Otherwise, people can immediately, and they think they are asking wonderful question. How Brahman identified with it, sir? Why Brahman identified? Those are the things which is beyond human limitations, human comprehension. But then it is set in those who have known the truth have said it, and we take it. Those who have investigated have said it, and we take it. Seriya? What is your weight? On earth, you weigh 60 kilos, you have to say, no? On earth, you weigh 60 kilos. Because same fellow, when you weigh that fellow in moon, he may have a different weight, which is what they say. I really don't know, because I have never weighed myself in moon. Yeah. வீட்லயே 10 டைல்ல ஒரு டைல்ல weighing machine வச்சா each and every tile shows one weight. Have you noticed it? Because of so many factors. Now we just take it in a very we just take it on the authority of the subject. What is the authority of the subject? When Brahman identifies with its own creative power, which is called Maya, the 5 elements come into existence. And what are the 5 elements that come into existence? Space, air, fire, water, earth. These are the 5 elements in the order of subtlety. When we say in the order of subtlety, means grosser element means more number of sense organs can contact that. When more number of sense organ can contact that, experience that, it is gross. When less and less and less of sense organs can contact that, it is called subtle. So the 5 elements are space, air, fire, water, and earth, and in the order of subtlety. Space, sound. Space is associated with sound. Only one sense organ can contact space. Sound. Air, 2. Sound as well as the touch, the twak. Fire, 3 organs. Water, 4 organs. Prithvi, the earth, all the 5 organs. When we say all the 5 organs, we mean the Jnana Indriyas. What we mean is the Jnana Indriyas. This is the 5 elements. This is the 5 elements. At one point of time, people thought space is eternal, creation happens in space. At one point of time, people thought space is eternal, permanent. In space only, it keeps happening. And then now they have come to the conclusion that it is also a created entity. It is also a created entity. That is why they say expanding space, no? Ever expanding, curved space, bent space, elastic space. They use elastic space, bent space, curved space, expansion, ever expanding space. So from this, what do you understand? Even space is an element that is created. If all that is created means creation implies coming out. If we say it is created, creation implies coming out, existing for a while, and then dissolving back. That's what created. Whenever we say it is created means, again, creation na moonu irukonu adula. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. It has to come out of something, exist as a separate entity, and merge back. Just as the waves and the ocean. We have seen that Allah. That's why after giving all these examples is explaining that. So that each and every example, if you connect it with, it becomes easy to understand. It comes out. How did it happen? We say wherever there is vastness, creation happens. That also we have seen. That also we have seen already. Wherever there is vastness, a creation happens. Brahman being infinitely vast, something happens as it were in Brahman. What is it? The creation, the existence, and the dissolution. The 5 elements come. And what happens to the 5 elements when it comes? Now comes the actual Panchikarana. Okay, okay, we ourselves have said you can't ask any questions. Don't ask any questions. Just keep. Now comes the actual process of how the 5 elements combine. If they have said there are 5 elements, and then they say how these 5 elements combine. It goes through 4 stages. It goes through the 4 stages. That 4 stages is what we are going to see now as the Panchikarana. The 5 great elements in the subtler form is called, in the pure form, in the subtler form is called Tanmatras. Sanskrit words, that's all. Sanskrit words, why we are using these Sanskrit words is because those are the definitions. Now what else to do? It's called Tanmatras in its original form. And then the Tanmatras in the subtler form goes through a particular process. That particular process is called Panchikarana. Through that particular process of Panchikarana, it grossifies. Through that particular process of Panchikarana, it grossifies. And what is a grossification and what is all that? The particular process is called a process of pentamerous self-division and mutual combination. Panchikarana means, Pancha means 5. Pentamerous self-division and mutual combination. What is it? we will see the diagram. The diagram காட்டுங்க. The 5 elements. Correct. நல்ல சூப்பர் எடுத்து போட்டேன். Very good. So easy to explain. So எல்லா கிளாஸும் இந்த மாதிரி போட்டுக்கலாம் போல இருக்கு. உங்களுக்கு எனக்கு கிளியரா இருக்கு. நாம I really don't have to keep refreshing the memory so much. It goes through the 4 stages. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? The 5 elements you see in the first stage, you see the tanmatras in the original form. Are you able to see the picture? I think you all will be able to see the picture in the original form. And then what happens in the next stage? The tanmatras divide itself into 2 equal parts. Your shape goes from the don't say it will be like the shape of the egg. We really do not know in what shape. For easy purposes, it has, for figurative purposes, easy to understand. This kind of figure is put. Why I am saying that is, one fellow asked this question. So it will be in that shape, sir. We really do in the, it is for figurative purpose, it is put. What? In the original form, stage number 1. In stage number 2, the tanmatras divide itself into 2 equal parts. In the third stage, what happens? The one half remains intact. The other half splits itself into 4 parts, 4 bits. One half remains intact and the other half splits itself into 4 bits, which is stage number 3. And what is stage 4? One half remains exact and the portion that is split combines. Each half combines with 4 different bits of others. So what do you see at the 4th stage? One half of it is space, the other half of it would be fire, air, fire, water, earth. The second element, air, is predominant, and then 1/8 of, now you go to the other diagram. Think it. That's all it is. So this is the formula. So mathematical gross, whenever you call as space, it is not pure space. It is not 100% pure space. It is predominantly space. Predominantly space. Now, one half of it is, one half is space. The other half is made up of the other 4 elements. Similarly, for air, fire, water, and earth, you don't have to describe for each and every element. You don't have to describe. You understand it one, and then you can refer the book. If you want to refer the complete details, you can refer the book in these numbers. Now the previous diagram. And the diagram pongo, I will explain it once again. It becomes now you see Panchi Karana, pentamerous, self-division, and mutual combination. It divides itself into 2 halves, and then one half remains intact, the other splits into 4 bits, and each half combines with 4 different bits of others. And when each half combines with 4 different bits of others, that is when you get the gross body. So at the level at stage number 4 is what we have as the, what we have at stage number 4 is what is the gross, is what is the gross body. Beautiful description. These gross elements which forms the gross body, these gross elements which forms the gross body contacts the external world of objects, which is also made up of a similar, which is also made up of the 5 elements in a different proportion, combination, whatever it is. That's what he calls as pentamerous self-division and mutual combination. To yes, enough. Display போறோம் அவ்வளவுதான். இதுக்கு மேல டிஸ்ப்ளே எல்லாம் இல்ல, அவ்வளவு முடிஞ்சு போச்சு. பஞ்சீகரணா is over. We will not discuss this. So 3 layers of shariram. Again I'm discussing from the basics. 3 layers of shariram: gross, subtle and causal bodies. Like skin has no layers of skin irukra madri layers of body avladha. Dermis, epidermis and all layers of skin they say, no? Just as a layers of skin, they are layers of body. That layers of body is called stula, sukshma, karana. Gross, subtle and causal. Verse number 12, gross. What is the summary of the verse? First thing, the stula sharira is visible, tangible. I can see your gross body, you can see my gross body. It is visible and tangible. Visible and tangible to others. Through jnana indriyas, it is visible and tangible. That which is visible and tangible through jnana indriyas is called gross body. Subtle body is, when we go there we will see. See, subtle body is tangible only to that person. To others, it is not tangible. Now I can only see your gross body, you can only see my gross body. Yeah. You have not seen my intellect, I have not seen your intellect. Rendu perikume illa, adanal we can't see. Yeah. You have not seen I have not seen your intellect, neither can you see my intellect. Gross body means that which is tangible to others. Visibly it is through jnana indriyas. So first thing is what? As far as the stula sharira is concerned, it is visible, tangible. Number 2, born of 5 gross elements. The moment we say it is born of 5 gross elements, it is susceptible to the modifications. What are the modifications? Birth, 5 metaphorical changes: birth, growth, disease, decay, death. Seriya? 4th one, these are all the attributes of stula sharira, gross body. Of the 3 shariras, in the 3 body ki lifespan, shortest lifespan is for the gross body. The shortest lifespan is for the gross body, and because of our own grossness, we are so worried about the gross body. Of the 3, the shortest lifespan. See, we say 3 bodies. Bodies, it should have a lifetime, no? Of the 3 bodies, shortest lifespan. What is the shortest lifespan? Gross body has the shortest lifespan. Because stula sharira, the sukshma sharira and karana sharira, the subtle body and the causal body is going to continue to many bodies. Abdina adu romba, they live for very long. They live for very long. Of the 3 bodies, shortest lifespan is to the gross body, and it serves the purpose of for the jiva. இதெல்லாம் யாருக்கோசரம் இதெல்லாம்? Jiva occupies all this. So for the jiva to experience sukha and dukkha. See, jiva through the gross body experiences sukha and dukkha. Jiva through the subtle body experiences something. When we go to verse number 13, we will see that. Bhoga ayatanam. He is going to say that. What is it that the gross body experience? What does it the jiva experiences through the gross body? The jiva through the gross body experiences sukha and dukkha. And then what? Home for experiencing. It is a home. Home na rentals. The 5 elements have rented this for a while. The 5, you take these five elements, rent this combination to you for a while. The jiva occupies this rental. The jiva occupies this rented space for a while, experiences sukha and dukkha. Rental place nal enna artham? One day you have to vacate. One day you have to vacate. There is a difficulty. So the jiva, what a big worry, anxiety. Yeah. What a big worry and anxiety. Oh, this body is going to go, this body is going to go, this body is going to go. வாடகைக்கு இருந்தா ஒரு நாளைக்கு it is atrocity, no? It is criminal, it is atrocity when you take it on rent and you claim it as yours. அது அனுபோக உரிமை சார். அது they say, no? If I have used it for a long period of time, it becomes yours, sir. Radhakrishnan, அதெல்லாம் politics, sir. அதெல்லாம் politics. Real life lalla it doesn't work like that. How you can occupy it for 100 years, still it is rented. And as soon as the rental period is over, as soon as the contract is over, rental period is over, what happens? You vacate. And other rent you have to go based on. And what would come to you next? Based on what karmas you do now. Just as based on what karmas you did in the past, you got this. And based on what you do now, you will get the next. This is the description of the gross body. This is the description of the gross body. And then we went into the Panchikrita Mahabhuta. All bodies, wherever there is a sharira, it can be the sharira of, it's not only the Manushya Sharira 5 elements. Please understand, it's not only Manushya Sharira the 5 elements. Wherever there is a sharira, it can be the sharira of a deva, the sharira of an asura, the sharira of an insect, plant, microbes, what all you can think of is made up of these 5 grossified elements. So these 5 grossified elements is the common cause for all the shariras. So it's not only unique to one species sharira, it is common to all the species. Second, it is tangible. Gross body is that which is tangible, seen by, you can see it and others also can see it. கர்ம சஞ்சிதம். கர்ம சஞ்சிதம்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? As per your rent, as per the rent which is of the past, you will get a body. That is why you really don't have to worry about the body that you got. You really don't have to cry about it. You need not feel inferior or superior about it. Yeah. Why my nose is bent? Why my nose is twisted? Adalla you need not. All this is because of the karma sanchitam. You get it because of your own past actions. Bhoga ayatanam uchyate. Temporary residence for the jiva to live, contact, confront the external world, experiencing sukha and dukkha. Again I repeat. Bhoga ayatanam uchyate. Is said. Why Shankaracharya is saying is said is because this is what is said in the Vedas and he is just elaborating it. Said in the Vedas and he is elaborating it. Temporary residence for the jiva to live. In the second chapter of the Gita, he says, what are you crying, Arjuna? What are you crying about the gross body? You are so concerned about you are so worried about the gross. Why are you so worried about the gross? Because we live on a plane of the senses. When you live on the plane of the senses, you will be worried about the gross only. Because you don't see anything subtle. You don't see anything subtle. You don't know anything subtle. Therefore, what do? It is the gross becomes the only reality. When you understand the layers of Sharira, which is the gross, the subtle and the causal, you will not be that worried about the gross. When we say that worried means you will take care of it, you will nurture it, you will nourish it, you will protect it, you will take care of it, but you understand what? You understand that as a jiva, you have borrowed this body from 5. You have borrowed this body from 5 elements, correct? Venkatachalam, correct. You have borrowed this body from 5 elements. That is why in the Isavasya Upanishad he says, let space go back to space. Let fire go back to fire. Let air goes back to, let prana merges with prana. All this I have been renting. Now that the period is over, no more I will come back to you for, no more I will come back to you asking for rent. Isavasya Upanishad, after realization. During death, during death, the man says, let the elements goes back to the, let the elements go back to the elements. Because it is borrowed from that. So you as the jiva, what do? You borrow. For what? Through the gross body only you can experience sukha and dukkha, pleasure and pain. Bhoga, for experiencing pleasure and pain. Physical pleasure, physical pain. Sensual pleasure, sensual pain. Please understand what he is talking about as pleasure and pain is the sensual pleasure and the sensory pain. Elements, contact the elements, go through pleasure and pain, because of exaggerated value, because of exaggerated value given to the gross body, because of exaggerated value given to the gross body, and excessive identification with the gross body, we have understood or misunderstood life means preserving the gross body. Are you able to follow? Because of excessive identification with the gross body, we have misunderstood life means preserving the gross body. And it is futile, it is meaningless. Why? Because of the three bodies, of the three layers, we have already seen, of the three layers, shortest lifespan is for the gross body. எவ்வளவுதான் அப்படியே ப்ரிசர்வ் பண்ணாலும் இல்லையா, எவ்வளவுதான் I try to appear young, how much ever you pretend that you are young, it's not that you are getting old, lifespan is short. It has a short lifespan. Not only it has a short lifespan, it goes through this vikara constantly, goes through the changes. What are the changes? Birth, growth, disease, decay, death. Because of the association with the gross body also, we actually ask. That's why after death, we always ask this. And especially if there is the death of, see, normally death happens around us, we don't bother at all. We really don't care about it. We really don't bother about it. When death happens to some nearby, to some near and dear, when death happens, immediately the question, where will he be, sir, now? Where he will be? In the Vita Uttu Ponadanalu, he will be in, he would have occupied another house. And thank God, he will forget all the memory of this house and goes to the new house. He forgets all the memory of the old house and he goes into the new house with a fresh memory. Thank God he moves into the new house with a fresh memory. Yeah? Otherwise, what will happen? Life becomes very chaotic, no? You will say, my child. Somebody will come and say, my father. Now, what would you do after that? Huh? You say, my child, my child, my child. Huh? No, sir. You know what all, how many temples I went to, how many vratams I did, how many this I did, how many this I did to get this child. As soon as the child comes, suddenly one fellow walks in and says, this is my great-grandfather. Now, what would you do? Thank God, the memory, thank God, the memory goes out. This is the gross body. Verse number 12. He spoke about the gross body. Is it okay about the gross body? Now, we move on to verse number 13, the subtle body. Guru raised a hand. Guru raised a hand in anartham. He has a question. Huh?
Hello, sir. Hari Om.
Guru, Hari Om. Yes, Guru.
you talked about the Panchikarna process, that how it kind of transforms.
Yes.
Now, the individual gross body when it formed,
Yes.
is it depending upon the past karmas? Is
Yes.
it going to take one of space, earth, or fire, or water, or air, or
Yes.
again it's going to be in the combination of these?
It will be in the combination only.
Okay.
It will be in the combination only. The gross body is in this combination only.
Okay. Therefore,
The jiva comes and occupies that particular combination driven by the karma.
Okay. Basically, one of stage 4 is what individuals are going to take. It's not
Yes.
that stage 4 is again going to get formed in some other combination.
No. We are in stage 4. We are in stage 4 now.
Okay.
The gross body that you have, the gross body that I have is all stage 4.
Okay.
Are you able to follow?
Yeah.
It is
Yes.
come to the, so from stage 4, we work backwards and we are discussing it. That's how the Shastras describe. So not that stage 4 further modifies into a physical body. The physical body that you have as Guru, the physical body that I have as Arvindan is that particular combination of the 5
elements.
The 5 elements.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. There is another question. Shankar. Shankar is asking, is it right to say, since we are not exposed to conceive the other 2 bodies, we confine everything to gross body? Shankar is asking,
in the Shankar,
why?
Sir, we'll open them in the Shankar, sir. Yes, sir, Shankar.
Shankar Kolattur, அவர் வந்து எனக்கு பிரைவேட்டா போட்டு விட்டுருக்காரு இத.
Okay.
That's why I'm reading the question again and again. ஓபனா போட்டிருந்தாருன்னா இவ்வளவு வாட்டி படிக்க வேண்டாம். Shankar Kolattur. He's saying, is it right to say, since we are not exposed to conceive the other 2 bodies, we confine everything to gross body? It is not that we are not exposed. We are exposed, but we don't probe into it. We are exposed to it, but we don't probe into it. For a human being cannot live on the physical plane only. When we go to the subtle body, we will see that a human being cannot live on the physical plane just as other species lives predominantly on the physical plane. Even though a human being has a physical body, he cannot live predominantly on the physical body. But what has happened, because of excessive identification with the physical body, everything we bring it down to physical expression. That is because of excessive identification with the physical body. Are you okay? This is the reason. Is it right to say that we are not exposed to conceive the other? We have the ability to conceive, and we have the knowledge also. It is just that our identification with the gross body is that much. It is our identification with the gross body is so much. Our identification with the physical body is so much that everything in life is circling around the physical body. That is because of the exaggerated value we have given to the physical body. Seriya? Shankar. Venkatachalam. Is Jiva the conscience under the wheel of Maya and conditioned by the senses. Jiva, I really do not understand in which sense you are using the word conscience here. Jiva, which is the product of Maya, is conditioned by the senses.
Yeah. Atman.
Atma, the Jiva.
Yeah.
The Jiva caused by Maya, conditioned by the senses.
Senses.
Under the veil of Maya, you can say that.
Yeah.
Under the veil of Maya, you can understand, you can say it in that way, correct. Conditioned by the senses, the Jiva.
Yes.
So the Jiva is conditioned by the three Sharira. What are the three bodies? The causal, the subtle, and the gross. And we are dissecting the Jiva. What we are doing here is the analytical study of the Jiva, dissecting the Jiva into the three. What is gross, what is subtle, and what is causal.
Gross.
All along we keep saying the human being is made up of the three bodies: gross, subtle, causal, gross, subtle, causal. Now here we get a chance to study we get to study what is exactly the properties and components of gross, subtle, and causal body.
Yes.
And all the three is what is occupied by the Jiva.
Ji.
So it is the Jiva that comes and occupies it. Are you okay?
Yes.
Yes. Suresh, what is it that I need to study, understand thoroughly? Panchikarana. Verse number 12, Atma Bodha. Suresh is asking, what is it that I need to study to understand Panchikarana thoroughly? Verse number 12, Atma Bodha Parichalana, it becomes very clear.
No, sir. What is that? This Panchakarna looks like a preparatory concept for something to be understood.
Atma Bodha is preparatory. Adukku kila preparatory kidayadu. Atma Bodha itself is preparatory. There is no other specific textbook that is talking about Panchikarana, if that's what you are asking. If you are asking, is there any specific textbook that is talking about Panchikarana in detail?
No, sir. So my question is, this Panchakarna concept of Panchakarna, it says in every element there are other four elements also.
Yes.
So this concept, is it a preparatory concept for us to understand something else?
It is to understand that, which is what I was discussing the last 10 minutes. It is to understand that you cannot claim the body as my body. The body belongs to the elements. To explain that the body doesn't belong to you, it belongs to the elements, number one. Number two, on observation, you find all bodies have this combination of 5 elements. It is observation. This body is occupying a space. It has water in it. Yeah. Dehydration, we know, water in it. And then fire in it. There is the element of Agni in it. What is the element of Agni in it? 98.4. That's for normal temperature. Because it changed now. Previously it was 97 point something. Now it is 98.4. This is Agni Tattva in the body. This is Agni Tattva in the body. Fire in the body. It occupies a space. Air. You can feel the air. You are hearing the sound. It means. And lastly, the flesh is made up of the earth. So, on what basis we say it is made up of? Sheer observation. That part of it I didn't explain because you need to sit and figure it out. Now that you have asked, I am saying it. On what basis they arrived at it? They arrived at it on the basis of observation. What is observation? All bodies have an element of water in it. Clear? When it is dried up in the sun, what goes out? Clear?
Your space has humidity, has fire.
The
and
water element goes out. The water element goes out and the form shrinks. Clear? Inji kanja sukku they say. Correct? When the water content of the ginger is taken out, it becomes sukku. Clear? ஈரம் அப்பளத்தை வெயில்ல காய வச்சு அதை எடுத்து கான்பரத்து உள்ள வச்சா water content goes out. So upon observation, what they found out? Everybody, irrespective of the species, it seems to have this 5. So it is based on it is occupying a space. There is an aspect of fire in it. There is an aspect of air, because everything is breathing, no. Plants also is breathing, no. They also need air. Everything needs air. Everything needs water. And everything needs the grossest, earth. Earth means anna, the food. Earth means the earth, don't take it as mud. Earth means that which comes out of mud, the food. So everything comes out of Annat Bhavanti Bhutani, elsewhere he says. So these 5 elements is what the body is made up of. Therefore, who is the co-owner of your body? Karma Sanchitam, 1/2 of you. Karma Sanchitam, 1/2 of you. Who is the co-owner? The 5
elements.
The 5 elements. So, what Vedanta says is that which belongs to the elements, leave it to the elements itself. That's all it is. The shift of ownership. Why do we study all this? The shift of ownership. Not only the shift of ownership, it is also factual that it is made up of these
5
elements. So, it is not that you created the 5 elements and came. The 5 elements was there and you just, it is not your house, no? That's why it's called rented, occupied. Yaro veedu katti vechirukkranga. Like, that's why, if you remember, we gave the example of the snake. The snake occupies the house of the ant. You know, snake doesn't build its own house. Paambu puthallam kedaiyadu. Adu erumbu puttu dhaan. What the snake does, it comes, eats all the ants up and occupies that place. Similarly, the elements similarly, the jiva occupies the elements. Instead of understanding it as occupation, I claim it as
my own.
My body. Instead of saying my body, after reading verse number 12, what you should say?
rented body.
Huh? Rented body மட்டும் சொல்லக்கூடாது. Correct. Rented
Elements.
Rented, owned by
Elements.
Rented, owned by the 5 elements. I come to occupy for what? For what? Minus the body, you cannot experience pleasure and pain. For body is to experience the pleasure and pain. And why do you have to experience pleasure and pain? Karma sanchitam. You have karmas from the past, and those karmas from the past necessarily you have to experience pleasure and pain, and you can't experience pleasure and pain directly. So what do? You means the jiva occupies the sharira. சரியா?
Right. Thank you.
This is the reason. I'm not taking verse number 13 today. I'm not going into verse number 13 because verse number 13 is, verse number 12 is difficult now. Verse number 13 is more beautiful is that verse. And remember, verse number 13, try and get by heart. Vedanta Purinuna, verse number 13 Purinu. If you have to understand the concepts of Vedanta, you need to know verse number 13 by heart. For all the classes of Vedanta, we keep referring to this only, which is verse number 13, which we will take up in the next session. For today, we understand only this. What? Shariram, the gross body. What is the nature of the gross body? That which has Shira as the Swabhava. What is the Swabhava of the Sharira? Constant modification. Shira means constant modification. Shira Bhava Swabhava iti Sharira. That is the root. That which constantly modifies, which is understandable but not perceivable. Every other lecture, he keeps saying, no, the person walking into the room is not the person who is walking out. The person walking into the room is not the person who is walking out. This is the nature of the gross body. This is the nature of the gross body. It keeps changing. So, to summarize, what is the gross body? What is the attributes of the gross body? The attributes of the gross body is, number 1, it is visible, tangible. I'm just summarizing again. Is visible, tangible. Number 1. Number 2, is born of 5 elements, 5 great elements. Why great? Because that is the common cause for everything. 5 great elements. Number 3, subject to constant modification. What is the constant modification? Vikara, Panchavikara, Shadvikara, Shadvikara 6 modifications, Panchavikara 5 modifications. But is constant to modifications. What are the constant modifications? The 5 constant modification of body: birth, growth, disease, decay, death. The 5 modifications. Short of the 3 shariras, the shortest lifespan is to the gross body. Yeah. I used to weirdly think. Yeah. Karna Sharira gross shortest lifespan irundittu gross body long lifespan irundha nalla irundirukum, isn't it? If the gross body has the longest lifespan and causal body has the shortest lifespan, how good life will be? Ore sharira da. Only one sharira, all problems get sorted out. But then it is exactly the opposite. What is it? The Sthula Sharira has the shortest. The Sthula Sharira has the shortest lifespan. Serves as the home, serves as the home for the jiva to experience pleasure and pain. That particular house will be allotted to you. That particular house will be given to you by your own past karma. Allotted, given, not by God. You can't blame God for that. You can't blame why God gave me this skin color. No. Your own past karmas allotted this house. This is the government allotment. Depending on the rank, depending on the military government, they allocate depending on the rank, no? Commissioner, correct? Depending on the rank only they allocate, no? Similarly, depending on the rank they give. What is the rank? Your past karma determines the rank. So depending on the past karma, depending on your rank, that particular house will be allotted to you for a specific period. And then as soon as the period is over, contract period is over, which is what is known as the end of prarabdha. As soon as that contract period is called prarabdha, as soon as the contract period is over, you vacate. Contract period we really don't know. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 80 years, we do not know the contract. But as soon as the contract period is over, Yama will come and say, vacate this house. Vacate this house. Abdina, I will become homeless. As long as you have sanchita karma, as long as you have that karma, you will move on to the next sharira. You don't get so carried away, don't get so mystical about death. What will happen when it will go into the next body? What will happen in between? These are all weird imaginations. Has no basis. All that it means is depending on the karmas, you keep moving. Are you okay? Vatsalamma. Is the proportion of Panchikarna same in humans, animals, plants? The proportion is not the same for even two human beings. That is what I said in the beginning. It is made up of these 5 elements, but the proportion differs. No two human beings carry the same proportion. No two bodies will have the same proportion. It will differ. The proportion differs. It's not if it is the same proportion of cloning the other. If it is the same proportion, exactly another one. But then in reality, it is not the same. It is made up of the 5 elements, but the proportion is different.
You mean proportion is, the Panchikarna proportion is the same, and Tamil சொல்றேன்.
சொல்லுங்க.
இப்போ வந்து எத்தனை half portion, the other 4 things are combined in that is one proportion. இப்போ human being ஒருத்தருக்கு டிஃபரெண்ட்னாக்க இந்த வாட்டர் ஏர் எல்லாமே டிஃபரெண்ட் ஆகுமா? அந்த பஞ்சீகரணா will be the same, and what will be the difference in each and every human being in Panchi?
Water content itself differs from body to body, no? The Agni content itself differs from body to body, no? In some have the water content more. Some doesn't have water content at all, dry. Evlo kudichalo it remains dry. So it is made up of the 5 elements in this proportion. Doesn't mean all body have the same proportion. For a gross body to happen, aduthan the second chart potanga. For a gross body to happen, the gross body is a combination, it's a compound of gross, space, air, fire, water and earth. Mathematical formula padi ponnumna eppadi ponnum?
50% ஒண்ணு
1/2 plus 1/8 into 4. அவ்வளவுதான். Half plus 1/8 times 4. அது வந்து infinite mixtures அதுல. Infinite mixtures. Those infinite proportions, those infinite mixtures account for the variety. Though we say infinite variety na kuda, there are certain basic common factors. So when we say human sharira na, even though the individual proportion varies, some basic fixed combination is there. That is what we call as human sharira.
Okay.
Human sharira has some fixed combination, but then the proportion is not the same there. Some basic elements are fixed. Like sambar na uppu puli karam paruppu da. Sambar ku irukra elements same, but then the mixtures differ. Same anju layer. My uncle will say, he will ridicule the way that I tell you how people in his house didn't kill him is a mystery. Nada periya, no. I say no. How difficult it is to cook and all that, no. He will say, "Inna periya cooking, periya kashtam." Yeah. Puli thannila paruppu koratna sambar. அப்படியே வச்சா something else. அவ்வளவுதான் சாம்பார். You feel like saying, why don't you go and make it for yourself then? You feel like, are you able to follow? The basic elements are the same, but the mixtures differ.
That's why we see different in people.
That is why we see different textures, different body. Medicine, that is why even the medicines also act differently on different bodies. Even the medicines act differently on different bodies because of the difference in this mixture. But then we say, ஒரு proportional 10 பேர்ல 8 பேருக்கு இது வேலை செஞ்சதுன்னா it is a successful medicine. அவ்வளவுதான். Out of 10, for 8 it will work. That's all. That too it will not. It may not. Why? But then, for understanding purposes, we say it is made up of these 5 elements in this thing. But then when it combines heterogeneous variety. Heterogeneous variety means infinite variety.
அது எனக்கு எப்பவுமே சர்ப்ரைசிங்கா இருக்கும். எப்படி ஒவ்வொருத்தரையும் தனித்தனியா ஒரு distinct and different to see people. Not confusing with anybody else. இவ்வளோ லட்சம் பேர் இவ்வளோ கோடி பேர் அப்படின்னு தோணும். Used to wonder that how God created like this.
Correct. God create பண்ணல, Maya Prakriti. God didn't create it. It is Maya Prakriti creation here.
Objects-க்கும் இது இருக்கா?
Objects-க்கும் இதே தான். Same proportion for object also. Object also has the same proportion. When I say same proportion means it has to be made up of these 5
elements.
Everything has to be part of these 5 elements only. The Nama Rupa differs. The Nama Rupa differs, but the basic, that is why I started the class by saying the Vishesha Karana and the Samanya Karana. Bodies are made up of eyes, nose, ears, flesh and bones. But then no two eyes are the same, no two ears are the same. So there is a common cause, and then there is a
Vishesha Karana.
individual cause. So here we are discussing both Samanya Karana as well as the Vishesha Karana. Are you okay?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Venkatachalam. All creations are Mithya and only appearance on Brahman. If so, what is the purpose of creation and Maya itself? I said this question is not allowed, out of syllabus. This question cannot be, I said this question cannot be asked because we are working backwards. Why this question cannot be asked is because it is like asking what happened before Big Bang, or
Before
what
causation.
caused Big Bang. We don't know.
No.
What caused Big Bang, or before Big Bang what? We can.
Before time, space, and causation.
Before time, space, causation what? What brought in time, space, causation? That question cannot be. The intellect doesn't have the ability to
Understand this.
understand.
And Maya is also before causation.
Yes, exactly. Maya is before that. Exactly correct. That is why when it is asking the question, that question itself is a fallacious question. 14th, verse number 12, 15th verse varumbodhu, I will discuss how this question itself is fallacious. Why creation? What is the reason for creation? Why this creation? The question itself is a fallacious question. We will discuss there.
So it must be the same for creation and
Yes.
dissolution also.
Exactly the same. Exactly
Because
the same
Brahman
thing for
is-
dissolution also. We really don't know why it came into existence. We really don't know why it goes out of existence also. Why it appears, why it dissolves, we just don't.
Okay.
We just don't know. That is the fundamental ignorance of life. That is why we say life is ignorance. Why life is ignorance is because this fundamental is inconceivable. Is inconceivable. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. With this, we conclude for today. We move on to verse number 13 next class. And as I said, verse number 13, try and get it by heart. For all again and again and again in Vedanta, we will be referring to these facts, to these concepts that he is mentioning in verse number 13. We continue next week.